Whenever somebody says Alia Bhatt, we think of a cheerful, bubbly, cute young woman who's the heartthrob of a generation. But in each of these films we just saw, there's a side of Alia Bhatt that has not been used to define her often. And it is beyond this cheerfulness of Alia is where we think an argument needs to be made, exploring the angry Alia.
तेरे को
भाभी जी गुस्से में लग रही
कंडीशन ये थी कि बड़ा
कांटों को मुरझाने का खौफ नहीं होता।
Being the daughter of popular filmmaker and producer Mahesh Bhatt makes her yet another nepo kid amidst the dime a dozen working in the industry today. Starting off her career as a rich, spoiled, troubled kid from an elite school in Student of the Year in 2012, wasn't really that far off from her own class background. She played a string of upper class and or caste characters until 2016, when she broke the pattern and played a Bihari migrant labor working in Punjab who gets dragged into the drug mafia as a sex slave in Urta, Punjab. This departure is also carried on with consistent roles that moved away from her societal privilege in real life, even when she is playing light-hearted roles like the ones in Badrinath Ki Dulhania or a supporting act in Gully Boy. She started choosing characters who we see every day in our lives, but have seldom seen them being represented in the mainstream.
चुपचाप चल
बहुत ताकत है नहीं जाऊंगी
बता रहा हूँ दिमाग खराब मत कर
नहीं जाऊंगी मेरा भी खुद का दो तुम
Alia's roles have a common theme of entitlement over others around her, with which she is able to assert herself with anger and body language. This scene from Highway is a really good example of how she brings in her upper class agency, bordering on entitlement, over the kidnapper who wouldn't expect this behavior from a woman of his own class.
बरूद साला बुदवा कैसे ना अच्छा टाइम रे हाँ साला अच्छा टाइम
But then, in this scene in Urta, Punjab, we see that she is yet again relying on a similar body language, despite the obvious reversal of class from the previous situation. This makes it pretty evident that it is Alia who is bringing in the entitlement and agency into characters she is playing. Her character's reactions to difficult circumstances in life, despite being defeatist at times, are underlined by a strong sense of determination to overcome the circumstances through action. And this is what Alia brings to the table while playing characters who we don't generally see exercising such agency on screen.
You know, these healthy chicks, they're like teddy bears. Warm, loyal, good looking chick, and a healthy chick. Trust me, it's a great combination.
The interpretation doesn't just stop at instilling agency though. There's a clear subversion of gender roles in her films, which can even be seen in the posters. Her characters have quite literally, in this sense, moved away from being perceived as someone who needs support to someone who actually is supportive. She demands companionship, is the one who proposes, is the one who always kisses the other one first. And moreover, she is visibly comfortable doing all of these things. The audience doesn't think it is an overreach because it is Alia who is doing it. Her being a mainstream actor with a pull over audiences who are just going to the movies to get entertained plays an important role in using the medium to normalize such behavior and establish an alternative paradigm towards the imagination of a woman amidst audiences. Think Zeenat Aman, normalizing a woman who's comfortable in her own sexiness for mainstream audiences.
मैं बीच में स्विमिंग के लिए जा रही थी जब इसने सीटी बजाई और रिमार्क भी पास किया।
मेरी तो खुद सीटी बजी हुई है
Her interpretation of these characters can definitely be construed as individualistic, Her character's motivations, actions, and reactions get filtered through the assumed personality of Alia, and it lets her very easily externalize what she feels.
तुम्हें कुकिंग आती है?
नहीं, लेकिन अगर सब कुछ सही रहा एक दिन मैं आपका लिवर ट्रांसप्लांट कर सकती हूँ।
बहुत मजाकिया है। सर्जन बनना चाहती है, पढ़ाई हो कुकिंग हो सब में एक्सपर्ट है। ये लीजिए।
This is a sharp departure from the generations of mainstream depictions of women who internalize rather than emote. This resonates with the rise of individualism in women of India due to the efforts of new generation feminists. If you think of it, Alia's unique brand is based on this externalization, which demarcates the women she plays as individuals who are not mere plot points for the mainstream audiences.
Be sensible.
No! I will not be sensible. I'm stupid. Will remain stupid.
Relax.
The way Alia chooses to call out her abuser in front of the family who has been actively suppressing it in Highway somehow is a precursor to the already ongoing feminist uprising, which culminated to its peak as the Me Too movement in India. The hijab donning all-round badass Alia of Gully Boy and the super determined Alia in Razi might as well have been a part of the brave women at Shaheen Bagh, and we wouldn't have blinked an eye. Her fight for sex workers' rights in Gangubai perfectly coincides with the historic judgment for sex worker rights from the Supreme Court the same year. Maybe all of this is a carefully orchestrated PR campaign by her agents, or just sheer luck. But Alia has been at the right place in the right time more often than not throughout her career of 10 years. She is definitely not a Ratna Pathak Shah or Smita Patil in terms of her acting prowess. But her career trajectory can definitely be compared to Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh was successful in captivating a generation by resonating with their frustration and anger because of the slow economic growth and corruption in the 70s.
रहीम चाचा, जो 25 बरस में नहीं हुआ वो अब होगा। अगले हफ्ते एक और कुली इन मवालियों को पैसा देने से इनकार करने वाला है।
He wasn't merely an angry young man, but an all-round entertainer who could carry that moniker for the mainstream audiences, who expected an actor to entertain them while also being their voice. Similarly, Alia Bhatt's choices have resonated with the frustration and anger of the young Indian woman who wants to be entertained while being represented on screen. Somehow, her career has run parallelly with major feminist movements without really taking a stance on it outside the screen. And this is the reason we are so eager to call Alia the angry young woman for this generation. Overtly tired and frustrated of the patriarchal notions of society, and is more than happy to externalize that anger. Alia has been able to stay relevant by moving away from her privileged upbringing through her roles, instilling agency into characters she chooses to play, reinterpreting the way they would have reacted to their circumstances, and also by simply acting better.
मुराद को बोल मेरे को फ़ोन करे, नहीं तो मैं तेरे से शादी कर लूँगी सलमान।
The Alia who had to scream or break down into tears to get our attention.
और हमने जान नहीं बख्शी थी मेरी।
Can now just do this to express the same thing. Thank you so much for watching. We are a very small team trying to make interesting content like this within the Indian landscape. Please consider donating or supporting us through Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee, or directly through the link in the description. And please do subscribe and share this video. Thank you.